episode number 3, right here, right now, inside the Rails Fargo Arena tonight for TNA Wrestling Weekly or NWA TNA on pay-per-view. Being held by Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling. It's been held for 2,872 people. So we get a recap from last week's pay-per-view, clips, then we cut to the venue, Pryor goes off on the stage, and then the announcer talk about tonight's card, and the main event of Sting and AJ taking on Samoa Joe and Jeff Jarrett, and we open up with some tag team action to talk, so they can discuss a bit more about what happened last week. So yeah, I've decided to gut it out until September. July time. In September, I'll get rid of the weekly pay-per-views like in real life at this time of year, so I'm going to gut it out until then, and so hope it works. Really do. Right, anyway, let's get straight into our opening match tonight as in a bout of subpar wrestling and little heat. America's Most Wanted defeated Briscoe at 752 when James Storm pinned Jay Briscoe to death sentence. Chris Harris has torn his quad, which is not good for him. Mark Briscoe 43, Jay Briscoe 30, James Storm 50, and Chris Harris 49. Chris Harris and Joe Storm had a great chemistry team together. So did Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe. Gets 39. Not bad. But yeah, it's an okay opening match. But Chris Harris tearing his quad is not going to be good for the future of America's Most Wanted. Ooh. And that has buggered up my plans for the first pay-per-view of the year. If he's not back in time for January, February, November, I've got a problem. In a extremely short match, Josh Barnett defeated Just Incredible in 5 minutes and 29 seconds by pinfall for the captured Buster. Just Incredible 37, Josh Barnett 52. And I got a 43, which is not bad. So after the match, the lights go out and then the spotlight hits a bit of scaffolding we've put up where Raven stands with a microphone. And Raven's like, Josh Barnett, welcome to TNA and thank you for coming. You see, my goal is the NWA World title, and if someone has told me that that's your goal too. Look, it is simple. You will not go for that title. It is mine, and I'm ready to kick ass. For it's written, the Raven. For it is written. They've quoted the Raven, nevermore. And the spotlight goes off and Josh is just stood in the ring. He looks really confused why Raven's going after him. But yep, we've got a new feud. We're giving Josh Barnett a feud and Raven a feud here tonight. Quite a lot of the roster is in Japan tonight, even though they are on written deals. They're going to complete their contracts soon. Wrestlers like Hiroshi Tanahashi, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Minoru Suzuki that I can't do a lot about, and Shibata, but everybody else go and do what they want in Japan, that's fine. But everyone else should be here. But we ain't even got the X Division title storyline on here tonight because the X Division champion ain't here. Annoyingly. So JB's like, we heard it at the top that tonight's main event, Samoa Joe and Jeff Jarrett will face my guest at this time, Sting and AJ Styles. Sting, how does it feel to be a full-time member here tonight and joining AJ Styles in the ring as his partner? It seems like it feels like I've been here before, and I have. Look, me and AJ will go out there tonight and kick ass. I stopped Jarrett from hitting AJ with a guitar, but I did not see Joe coming. This is a war, and tonight is going to go down in that ring. And so I was like, if you wanted a match, Joe, you should have asked. I've seen you in Ring of Honor, you've been a star, but tonight I prove why Sting is one of the best and why I am the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And it's like, it's going to be showtime. And they just walk off after that. And as a poor match, Sonny Siaki defeated Jerry Lynn in 8:22 by the Sonny Akablitz. Sonny Siaki 42, Jerry Lynn 56. Got a 56 overall, not bad, but could have done better. In a poor match, CM Punk defeated Low Key by pinfall with the Shining Wizard. Low Key 48, CM Punk 45. Got a 53. Mike Tenay, Don West, good matches. Don West and Bret Hart really extremely well together at the announce desk as well. We put Bret Hart on there. Bret Hart wasn't used on the show, so he comes out here and he comes to sit on commentary. I'm glad that says that because I would have got otherwise. Just to talk through some of the plans he's got for the future and what he's going to be doing in his direction for TNA during this match. And he also highlights that CM Punk is someone he wants to work with to get he can see bright things in his future. So then we go to Team. We see Team Canada in their locker room when Don Callis comes in the room and everybody there is looking a bit confused and like, Don, right? Scott has left TNA for the time being, and now I'm in charge. Okay, look. We need to go out there and we need to prove why we are so good. Don't worry about championships, just yet. Let's get you known in the States so I can get you all. So I've got your matches tonight, some in multi-man and Bobby in singles action, and that's next up. And he gets to 29. We'll gloss over that then. Doesn't do bad. This does poorly as well. So the new church are backstage, but they're like in the bowels of the arena, like the boiler room or something. And we see James is looking angry. James is like, Look, you all think this is over now. We have the title. It's not over by a long shot. The new church want to take out the Free Live crew from TNA for good. This is a war that won't end until one of the groups die, until there is so much blood, or until there's so much blood that we get taken off pay-per-view. And he does an evil laugh. He does his evil laugh, and then we cut back to the venue where Bobby Roode makes his entrance, and in a good match, Bobby Roode defeated the Sandman in 8:16 by pinfall the Northern Lights. In a terrible match, Bobby Roode defeated the Sandman in 8:15 by Northern Lights suplex. Sandman 41, Bobby Roode 34. Well, 43. No wonder no one came to this show tonight. In a decent match, Abyss defeated Lex Luger in 7:49 by pinfall the chokeslam. Abyss 48, Lex Luger 56. I'm pushing Abyss, I'm pushing CM Punk, I'm pushing Sonny Siaki, and I'm pushing Bobby Roode and Eric Young. Just so you know, and that gets a 57. I'll have that. And this is now Will Abyss join the new church storyline has started with this segment. So after the match, James Mitchell comes out on the stage and gives Abyss a round of applause. Abyss goes up the ramp and looks at James and then just leaves through the ramp. The announcers are discussing it and about their relationship. What is the relationship between James Mitchell and Abyss? And this is the Will Abyss join the new church storyline. This is going to be, a long, this is going to be one of the longer storylines we do. It's going to be built up over months and it's going to have depth to it. In the back, good wrestling, a decent crowd. Jeff Hardy defeated Kid Cash in 8:26 by pinfall the Twist of Fate. Kid Cash 64, Jeff Hardy 66. That got a 68 overall, not bad. In about that, Tell Wrestling is the crowd. Team Canada, Johnny Devine, A1, Petey Williams, and Eric Young defeated Jay Lethal, Matt Sydal, Sid Vicious, and Sanjay Dutt in 8:30 when A1 pinned Jay Lethal the press slam. Eric Young 33, Petey Williams 29, A1 26, Johnny Devine 22, Sanjay Dutt 38, Sid Vicious 61, Matt Sydal 46, and Jay Lethal 37. Got a 47 overall, not bad, could have been better. And then Marlon O'Reilly makes his debut, and he stood outside and he goes, I'm outside here, the locker room of Jarrett and Samoa Joe. And he knocks on the door and they come out and he's like, your match is next, what are your thoughts going into this match? And Jarrett's like, who the hell are you? I've never seen you before. It's going to be simple. Me and Samoa Joe will win, and we'll realise and prove why Sting and AJ are overrated. You see, new guy, this is a war I've got with Sting and Joe, and Joe's got it with AJ. Joe knows my goals is still that title, and Joe's goal is just join AJ after what he did to him in Ring of Honor. I want to say Storm Wrath and Rouse like, well, that match is next over to JB with the introductions. So yeah, in the Ring of Honor, AJ keeps beating Joe. Every match AJ and Joe have in Ring of Honor, AJ keeps pinning him, which they won't be doing now because they're on written deals with us because of taught house shows and stuff. So we're going to play into that. We're really going to play into the storyline they've had in Ring of Honor on here now. And in about the great wrestling and good heat, Sting and AJ Styles defeat Samoa Joe and Jeff Jarrett in 24:49 when Sting pinned Jeff Jarrett with the Scorpion Death Drop. AJ Styles 83, Sting 84, Jeff Jarrett 64, Samoa Joe 78, and Jeff Jarrett is the weak link. Who would have seen that one coming? And that's where we finish the show, but we have got a huge announcement for next week. After his performance on the pre-show, I want to give a shot to a 49-year-old wrestler. And you cannot tell me off because AEW had Chris Jericho at the top when he was 49. Just saying, AJ Styles will be taking on the rowdy one next week with the NWA title on the line. Because he is really good in the ring still. We got a 74 on the pre-show this week. Which is great. So he's going to be in the main event next week, taking on AJ Styles, and that title will be on the line. Road agent notes. Also, I want to give Roddy Piper some time of the day. Of course, he's not going to win the title, but putting him in that position, he deserves it. And that's where we've finished the show. Gets a 70 overall, and that increases our popularity in our popularity in 30 regions. That's everywhere we've showcased this event tonight. We've increased our popularity, which is amazing. Really happy with that main event. I was a bit worried. The rest of the show is a bit naff. You've got some good matches, but you see here, Roddy Piper defeating Dustin Rhodes got 65. I think that should have gone on the main card. Jeff Hardy defeated Kid Cash is the second best match on the whole pay-per-view on that whole. Yeah, best match. That's where we finished tonight's show. And I'll see you guys in part 2 after I've watched a little bit of telly. We'll be back real soon. Welcome back to episode number 3 of TNA Wrestling in 2004. Remember when thing then, and we are here with NWA TNA on pay-per-view. Excuse me. Being held at the Portland Expo Centre. Come on, then. I've got what? As long as I've got a hand to record, you can have strokes. Okay, you don't want strokes now. Okay, so we get a recap of last week's. Then a super special pay-per-view package showcasing Roddy Piper's career and how tonight, unless he wins, it'll be his last shot at a championship title in his career. With this, we cut to the venue. Pryor goes off on the stage and the announcers discuss the main event, and then as Samoa Joe storms his way down to the ring to go for the night, and he gets a 49. Not the best promo, but we've got to work with him. And he goes, "Look, I'm undefeated, and they're giving a match to a washed-up old has-been. Right now, it should be me in tonight's main event, but instead, I've got to face some loser called Shark Boy. I am TNA's top star, I am the draw, I am the Samoan submission machine, and I should be on top. So get this Shark man out here so I can go home." I don't know what the hell I was trying to say there. I did book orders last night. This bit last night, half of the show's done to last night. I think it's the best show we've done. That gets a 49. The match goes to 57 because Samoa Joe gets a 69 in-ring performance, and it's only 1 minute 30. Shark Boy being fed to Samoa Joe, and he gets pinned this time with the Island Driver. Yeah, not a submission, but there you go. That doesn't really work. I should have put it as a submission, but there we go. 57, not bad. Can't complain. In about decent wrestling, little heat, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated James Storm in 8:24 by pinfall. Shinsuke Nakamura 55, James Storm 50, gets a 56. That's a pretty good match. Actually, this whole show is going pretty well already because we've just sold out this venue and we weren't meant to sell it out. We're only expecting 900, so we've got 100 more fans than we were expecting. And I guess a 56, which is not bad. Quite happy with that. Let's see what else we've got going on. Ah, yes, the Josh Barnett promo. And this doesn't do well over. It only gets a 38. I did think this would do bad, but that's fine. So I'm backstage tonight and I've been asked to interview Josh Barnett. Thanks, Josh. And what's on your mind? And Josh is like, let me say this. Raven, you have my attention. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for you, and I'm coming for you. You want to get involved with me? That's going to be the end of you. Crow Josh Barnett, nevermore. And with this, he storms off, and Joey's like, well, strong words tonight. He's going to be tagging later on with Christopher Daniels. All will become to fruition in a bit, but then we go to Morano, who's backstage, and he's like, I've been told to go to the locker room of Christopher Daniels as he's got something to say, and he knocks on the door, and Christopher Daniels comes out, and he goes, I was told you got something to say. And Daniels is like, look, Bryan Danielson, you come to TNA and take that title when some of us have been slaving for years to get a shot. I hate you, and you now have a fallen angel target on your back. I'm coming for that title, and I'm coming for you. And with this, he goes back in the locker room and shuts the door. And I was like, well, there you have it. Back to ringside. All this will be built upon and throughout the show this evening. Should never record after you're just taking your steroids. In a poor match, the New Church drew with 3 Live Crew following the double disqualification. Toes the ring weight, 1 killing head shots out. Sin was the weak link. Sin 26, Flash 36, Tempest 52, Ron Killing 63, BG James 52, and Conan 39. Got a 52. And then after the match, they just continue brawling to the back. That'll be built upon later on in the show. And then Joey's like, well, on this show, we heard from Chris Daniels. Bryan Danielson has asked for sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, your new X Division champion, Bryan Danielson. And Bryan's like, thanks, JB. Last week I was in New Japan with this man, and he was acting like my friend, and we were fine. And I come back here and he targets me. That's fine. I'm the X Division champion. I'm on top of the world right now. And TNA management saw something in me and put a rocket on me. You see, that's fine. But without me pushing, I would not be here. But if Chris Daniels wants to come for me, he is welcome to. I'm ready for it. Bring it on. And with this, he leaves. And Joey's like, well, I think that is on. And Bret Hart's put him up to tag with Raven, and that is next. So tonight, Raven and Bryan Daniels will take on Josh Barnett and Christopher Daniels, and that is next on the show. You have to 58 in a decent match. Raven and Bryan Danielson defeated Christopher Daniels and Josh Barnett in 7:49, when Bryan Danielson pinned Chris Daniels with the Dragon Suplex. Beautiful move. Josh Barnett 54, Chris Daniels 64, Brian Danielson 65, Raven 55, 58. I'm not going to complain with that. Beautiful match. Well done, guys. In an abysmal match, Amazing Kong defeated Daniel Social in 0-4 by pin with Amazing Press and a Social 19. Amazing Kong 37. I knew these. We have another women's match on the card tonight, and I know that's going to be the same for that one. Ignoring the ratings, we've got to put them on the card, otherwise they're not going to get popular. So we see cameras rushing backstage where the new Church of Free Life crew are still brawling all over the parking lot. They're using weapons and everything. Security come out and eventually split them up. Then Bret Hart comes out the door. And Bret's like, that is it. Next week, this ends. I quit, 6-man tag action, anything goes. And I don't care. I have warned the pay-per-view providers. Do what the hell you want next week. And James is like, Bret, say goodbye to the Free Life crew because next week is their funeral day. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. He's warned the pay-per-view providers this is going to be a dangerous match. He has told them that next week this match is going ahead and they cannot take him off air because he says he does not want anything to do with it. And that is it. There's going to be free versus free. I quit match. This is going to result in something. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it for free for 6 months, and that is because I've got another team coming in, or another plan coming in for these guys. Because Sin Slash and Tempest are always brawlers, and I've got another few guys coming in over the next few days that I want to put into a feud with them, but that'll be next week's Impact. There will be even more matches, another match added to next week's Impact as well. NWA TNA Live on pay-per-view. I guess a 49, not bad. Quite happy with that angle. In a bad decent match, crowd Sub Pro Wrestling, Money Brown defeat Dustin Rhodes in 7:57 by pinfall the Pounce. Money Brown 44, Dustin Rhodes 48. Dusty Rhodes did some good work on ringside. Money Brown's getting better his gimmick. Only 48 and a 44. Not the sort of ring work I was expecting from these two, but guess a 49. In about decent match, crowd with Tell Wrestling, Abyss defeated Apollo in 8:26 by pinfall the chokeslam. Abyss 52, Apollo 30, gets a 48. I will give Abyss credit. I've looked at his popularity growth since me taking over the company in about a month, and he's gone up nearly 10% popularity throughout America. So I'm going to continue pushing Abyss and putting him into this storyline. So after the match, James Mitchell comes on stage and he looks like he has done, and he gives Abyss a round of applause. And we see Abyss look at him as he comes up the ramp, and then this time he just grabs him around the throat and then lets go and walks off. Continuing the Will Abyss join the new church storyline. Gets a 46. I've never tried a storyline without two wrestlers in before, but it seems to be working quite nicely. So we're going to keep it going. Then we see a locker room where DDP is sitting, and DDP's like, being injured has been a pain. For over 8 weeks, I've been signed to TNA. Next week, I make my in-ring debut on TNA Impact facing Jeff Jarrett. I am ready. Boom. And after this, we go back to ringside, and let's discuss Chris Harris and say that he was looking at being out for up to a year, but he has had surgery and will be back in a 3 months' time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the DDP match will go ahead. I'm not going to book it in because it's going to be a part of a bigger angle at the end of the show. And I'm quite happy. Putting me as a judge. Now I'm bugging up my booking. Not to worry, I have a plan. I'm going to put Abyss in the main event next week. It's going to become a 4-man tag. We'll get into that. I knew this would do right. This did better in the Amazing Kong match. But yeah, in a abysmal match, Beth Phoenix defeated Natalie Dinh in 8:10 by pinfall with the delayed cradle suplex. Natalie Dinh 21, Beth Phoenix 20. As I say, these are all young women. The majority of the knockouts are not known in America who I've signed, so I'm having to build them up. And having to build them up is a long process. It's not going to be overnight success. It's going to take a while. And I'm prepared for that. Because I know what building Ross Stars up is like. Just look at the overall. I'm going to make an announcement. You are going to get episode 3 and part 1, which is this. You're going to get part 2 and a part 3 today. You're going to get 3 parts of this series. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. So I want to get through March. I want to get into April this week, which is why I'm going to do it. Because I want to get closer to getting out of these pay-per-views. Because they're not helping the company. We're in debt at the moment. Massively in debt. Hopefully tonight's show will get us out of debt. We'll see. I guess it's 22. And JB's like station is like, it is next. Roddy Piper's last hurrah, and if he loses, he'll never go for a title again. Joining me now, the champion, AJ Styles. AJ, how are you feeling tonight? And he's like, I'm nervous. I'm going into that ring against a legend, against Roddy Piper. Look, this is the last hurrah. He's spoken to me in private, and he don't want me to go lightly on him. I am ready for this war. Let's do this. And AJ just walks off and he goes, JB's like, your main event is next. I'm going to stop rating JB and Murano in angles. Because I've noticed if you rate him on the microphone skills they've got, it just drops the rating down so much. I'm going to just have them on screen, but not use them or rate him on anything. I know it's a bit cheaty, but I think we should rate on the person who's important and not the person who's just a bit of support. I guess a 46. Not bad. And in about the great heat and good wrestling, AJ Styles defeated Roddy Piper by pin for the Stars Clash. AJ Styles makes defense number 12 of the NWA World Heavyweight title. AJ Styles 81, Roddy Piper 74. Only got a 68. Ouch. I can't complain. AJ Styles is the champion. But we're going to close out the show. So AJ Styles holds the title and he hugs Robbie's and the fans are chanting, "Thank you, Roddy." Then Jeff Jarrett, Joe, and CM Punk hit the ring, and they beat down AJ and Roddy. And then Sting's music hits. He comes out with his Stinger baseball bat and chases them off to close the show. Now, TNA management have gone on TNA.com and said that next week it was meant to be DDP facing Jeff Jarrett in ring action. Because of recent actions on tonight's episode of Impact, that match will not go ahead. But now it will be Sting. It will be AJ. It will be Roddy Piper and Diamond. Oh, I can't do this. Roddy Piper and Diamond Dallas Page. They will be taking on Jeff Jarrett. Well, Jeff Hardy, Jeff Jarrett, Samoa. Where is Samoa Joe? I always forget to spell his name because it begins with an A. It doesn't seem right to me. CM Punk and the Monster Abyss. That is next week's NWA TNA pay-per-view main event. Quite excited about that match. And then the week after, I'll do Diamond Dallas Page versus Jeff Jarrett 1-on-1 in the main event. It's a 59, not bad. So in a decent post-show match, Sting, Sid Vicious, Sabu, Lex Luger, and Jeff Hardy defeat Jeff Jarrett, Kid Cash, Legend, Mike Mizanin, and Bam Bam Bigelow in 440 when Sting pinned Legend with a Scorpion Death Drop. Jeff Hardy 67, Lex Luger 53, Sabu 61, Sid Vicious 62. Sting got an in-ring performance of flipping 90. Bam Bam Bigelow 50. Mike Mizanin 22, Legend 38, Kid Cash 61, and Jeff Jarrett 64. Got a 52. Not bad. Let's finish tonight's show, and then I will stop the recording, edit this together. These two parts together. We would have gained popularity in one American region, but the growth was restricted because of the viewers numbers there. But we increased popularity in 29 regions, overall rating of 66. Yeah, one real bad stinker of a match. Everything else was fine. Awesome. Well, I'm going to stop recording. And we'll see you guys in part 2 this afternoon.